the environment matters. What is not necessarily seen today is going to be seen and felt in a very short amount of time in the future. And we willingly have given up the tools that would have made this life much easier in terms of making the decision for them. So once the Armenian National Interest Fund was created in 2019, which I have the great pleasure and honor to head, we had a massive amount of work to do on the legal side of things. So we had to completely reshape and reform the so-called PPP legislation. I think sometimes it's underappreciated in both this part of the world and also the Western world, how easy it is, because the topic of the panel is innovative financing strategies, right? How easy it is to be innovative in the post-Soviet world. The bar is relatively low, or to be very transparent, quite low. What makes it difficult from our perspective is juggling speed, because we want to do more, we want to do as much as we can in the shortest amount of time as we can, with genuinely democratically elected government. So the way we've looked at this is putting a priority in terms of leading by example. So the Armenian National Interest Fund is obviously 100% owned by the Armenian state, but decision-making processes are completely independent. To push as a locomotive, drag the government's economic priorities, but how the fund gets that done is independent of ministers and ministries. So it's a very important point in terms of leading by example from a governance perspective. I think the big thing that we've done is introduce regular impact reports on the ESG front, right? So this wasn't the case before we started in our country. I don't think you have many other countries in the region, again, going back to the legacy of the post-Soviet Union space, that actually talk about anything but paid taxes, turnover of commerce, or financial investments, right? So we've introduced that piece, which just impacts that we've had on ESG overall. And to go back to what I was saying earlier, and that also echoes, I think, what everyone on the panel said, it's very important to get buy-in, right? If you don't get buy-in by large groups of people around the table, then it's a very difficult agenda to push forward.